In previous three sessions of the carbohydrates, I talked about definition and functions of the carbohydrates and classification and structural aspects. The next is isomerism shown by the carbohydrates. Before explaining, it is better we revise our knowledge about isomerism and various aspects of isomerism. In this session, we'll be taking up the general aspects of isomerism, the objectives of this session, definition of isomerism, and basis and types of isomerism. Let me take up one molecular formula, that is C2H6O. Okay, this one is both for the ethyl alcohol and ether. The same formula both for ethyl alcohol and ether. Let us see the structure of the ethyl alcohol and the structure of ether. Okay, then in this you can see here, so both contain two carbons. Okay, then in this one, let us see, this is the structure first. I am writing ethyl alcohol. Okay, this is ethyl alcohol. This is the structure of ethyl alcohol. Then let me also write the structure of the ether. See how it differs. How it differs, though both have the same molecular formula, but the structure is entirely different. The first one is ethyl alcohol, okay, and this one is ether. The structure is completely different. Though they are having the same molecular formula, but the structure is completely different. Let us come to the carbohydrates. Exo sugars C6, H12O6. This is for both glucose, okay, and also for the fructose. Glucose and fructose. The same molecular formula is there. The structure of glucose is completely different from the fructose. So, taking these two examples, now we come to the definition. What is the definition? Let us see. The definition is possessing same, or I say identical molecular formula, that we have seen above two examples. Molecular formula. Okay, let us see here molecular formula. But what is the difference? The difference is different structures. So that is what we call isomerism. Any isomer, so it will have the same or different structure, two isomers, but different structure, but though they are having the same molecular formula. So when you talk about the isomers, will they have the same functions, and or the functions are different? Yes, isomers will have will have will have different chemical and physical properties. Ethyl alcohol will have the different functions. Ether is having the different functions. Glucose is having the different functions, and fructose is having the different functions from the glucose. Though they have the same molecular formula, so they are called isomers. Then isomerism we can divide into majorly two. The isomerism, it can be divided types. Okay, types. The structural isomerism, that is the one aspect. Structural isomerism. Okay, the another one is stereo isomerism. The first one is structural isomerism. The second one is the stereo isomerism. Okay, then let me talk about the structural isomerism. So, what is the structural isomerism? Let us look into this one. Later, we'll take up the stereo isomerism. The structural isomerism, what is it? Difference in the arrangement, of atoms in a molecule, difference in the arrangement of atoms in a molecule. Okay, see, it can be again, we can divide into different categories. So it may be due to, okay, let me again mention again three types. Okay, what is it? That is what we call variation in carbon chains. That is the one aspect. The second is positional changes. In functional groups. And the third one is, this is the first one, second one, this is the third one. So maybe both. So in that condition, what we are calling, it is chain isomerism. It is position isomerism. One is chain isomerism. The other one is position isomerism. The third one is, we can say, functional isomerism. This is the how further we can categorize it into. Then let us talk about the second one. That is, we say stereo isomerism. So here we have two types again. That is geometric. The other one is optical. One is geometric, the other one is optical. Geometric, that means there is a presence of double bond. So here it is a presence of asymmetric carbon. Okay, carbon. So there is directional change of the light. Okay, so here it is, we can say double bond. Here is asymmetric carbon. See here, why? Like this, the different groups are there. Okay, so like this, which we have. Geometric isomerism, double bond is there. This can be, again, we can say cis and trans isomerism. Okay, so this is about the general aspects of isomerism. Let me now summarize it. This is a small topic, so where I have discussed about the isomerism. The objectives we set for this session are definition and basis and types of isomerism. So to understand what is isomerism, we have taken the molecular formula of the ethyl alcohol and ether. They have the same molecular formula, but the structure of the ethyl alcohol is different from the ether. Same thing about the glucose. Okay, same thing about glucose and fructose. Same molecular formula but different structure. Then we talked about then we arrived at the definition. Possessing the same or identical molecular formula but different structure. So isomers will have different chemical and physical properties. The properties of glucose are different from the fructose. The properties of ethyl alcohol are different from the ether. What are the different types? So we say structural isomerism and stereo isomerism. Then we discussed about the structural isomerism. So we said difference in the arrangement of atoms in a molecule. It may be due to variation in carbon chains. Then we said chain isomerism. So then second one is positional changes in functional groups. Then we said positional isomerism. Then it can be functional isomerism where both are possibilities. Then we talked about the stereoisomerism where so there is a geometric isomerism and optical isomerism. One is due to the presence of double bond between two carbons that may be cis or trans. In the second one, the presence of asymmetric carbon. So that is due to that one. So when light passes through the solution of that particular isomer, so there may be change in the direction of the light, maybe towards the right or towards the left. So that is what we say is optically active compound. Okay, so this is about the stereoisomerism. This isomerism has got a lot of implications in biological system because particular enzyme will act on only particular isomer only. It cannot act in other isomer. So in that way, whether reaction goes or reaction doesn't happen, so that one can decide it. Okay, in the next session, we'll discuss about other aspects of isomerism. Okay, so thank you very much.